Imagine the ocean in its vastness, where each portion of water, every drop, is intimately connected to the whole. Portions of this ocean will evaporate, condense into clouds, and later precipitate elsewhere. Perhaps they will fall over a river, or maybe end up on your garden in their individual journey. They might lose all sense of wholeness, could forget their home, the ocean. But one thing will always be true. They have never ceased to be water, and at some point, they will merge again with the entirety of the ocean. The same goes for us in our individual journeys. We have forgotten our true essence, perceiving ourselves as individual and separate beings. Now consider the waves on the surface of this ocean. Although all arise from the same source, each wave possesses its own unique character. They are distinctive expressions of the immense ocean. None is alike like us. They exhibit individuality through their shapes, sizes, and movements. Our lives are also a testament to this diversity. Our experiences, challenges, attractions, and personal choices make us unique, just like the waves rocking on the ocean's surface. We all share the same presence that connects us. It's not about my presence versus your presence. It is simply the presence itself. Love in its purest form is the realization that I am what you are, as enduring as life itself. Nevertheless, we commonly feel a sense of separation, as if something vital is missing. This separation is rooted in our physical bodies acting as boundaries. We exist within these limits while perceiving everything else, people and objects existing outside them, fueling our constant sense of disconnection. Yet our true nature stems from unity, emerging from a primal source. Our spirits remain confined within our bodies. Hence, we often feel this lack of completeness, experience disconnection, and find ourselves limited within our personal identities. However, this barrier is ultimately illusory, for we are inherently interconnected. Even if we cannot always see it, sometimes we can perceive it, similar to mycelium connecting all trees and plants, or Maya, the cosmic web of Hindus. There is a substance that binds everything, the prana, the ether. This is why physical contact, hugs, and intimate connection make us feel so good. We seek to transcend these individual limits, in pursuit of expansion and unity. From Rumi's perspective, the famous 13th century Sufi poet and mystic, our true essence comes from a unified divine source. He refers to this source as the beloved or the one. However, entering the world of duality, we experience a separation from this divine source, leading to a sense of longing and incompleteness. This feeling often serves as a starting point for a quest. It begins with the recognition of an existing sense of emptiness or incompleteness, a feeling that something is missing in the present, a sense of inadequacy that everyone tries to escape in various ways. This prompts a sense that something will complete us in the future. Nonetheless, the feeling of wholeness or completeness you seek is not a future achievement. It is already present in your current experience in this very moment. The wholeness you seek is indeed your inherent nature. This idea may seem paradoxical when approached with rational thought, as it contradicts much of what social conditioning leads us to believe. It's not about understanding it intellectually. It's about perceiving it directly in your own experience. Firsthand, somehow this realization offers nothing to the seeker. It challenges the notion of seeking as an illusion. Buddhists emphasize the impermanence of everything. No matter how amazing, joyful, or satisfying something may seem, it will eventually pass everything you own. You can lose. Even if you achieve all the wealth you desire, it won't be enough, because there's always the possibility of having more money, more success, more fame, more love, or more spirituality. We reach a certain level of consciousness, and then aspire to reach the next level, always striving to be on top. The self has a constant desire to be bigger, faster, stronger, and more in some sense. It seeks to stand out among others and find completeness. We long to be something instead of nothing, to have a fixed and complete story about ourselves. Stories by their nature are never truly complete as a result. The search continues endlessly, always hoping for a lasting sense of absolute satisfaction that remains elusive. The quest for enlightenment resembles the belief that someday I will win the lottery. Within this narrative, you are perpetually incomplete, always moving toward a future completeness. Everyone is in search of something. This search can manifest in various forms, but at its core, it is the same search. Although it may seem that people are seeking different things fundamentally, we are all seeking the same. Basically, everyone is in search of a shared sense of wholeness, unity, or completeness, something that already exists within us but often goes unnoticed as we pursue future goals or objectives. Here is where everything begins, the search for something better in the future. We seek the next moment anticipating that it will be richer, fuller, and more satisfying. We inhabit a dualistic world, often feeling incomplete, despite being inherently complete. Many times, we pursue our dreams and material possessions, not just for the joy of exploration as it should be, but because we believe they will bring us happiness. The term non-duality comes from the Sanskrit word advaita, which simply means not two. It emphasizes essential unity, wholeness, and the oneness of life, all of which exist in the present moment, transcending any apparent separation. It speaks of an intimate and indescribable connection at the core of our present experiences. It guides us back to our true home. Despite the compelling illusion of separation and diversity, there is only one universal essence. One ultimate reality. Unity encompasses everything, and we are an integral part of it. No one can grant you this or convey it through teaching. It is something you must recognize within your own present experience, because that is all there is. It will not manifest through someone else's experience. It is entirely about your own experience here and now. It is not a future. Discovery. The wholeness you seek already manifests in everything happening in the present moment. Your thoughts, sensations, feelings, sounds, and smells. Perhaps this is the completeness we have been searching for. Everyone is in search of their notions of wholeness, whether it be enlightenment, freedom, or love. Nevertheless, authentic wholeness is not just a concept, it precedes concepts. So here's the paradox. There is only wholeness, and within that wholeness, we venture into time and space in search of completeness inside home. Everyone is searching for their home. Everyone strives to return home even though they are already home. They are what they seek, although they may not know it. We are like waves in the ocean, longing to be part of it, seeking the ocean itself. We wonder when and where we will discover the ocean, and who can grant it to us. Yet from the beginning, the waves have always been the ocean, even during their search. It is the ocean seeking itself. Even when the ocean seems unable to find itself, it remains the ocean. Each wave is made entirely of water. As numerous spiritual teachers have conveyed for centuries, you are what you seek. Consider the possibility that what you really are is not the seeker, fractured or incomplete. You are simply this open space of consciousness or being in which everything continues to arise and constantly disappear. This space is already at rest. It is your home. It's not really about a separate entity, becoming more present. It's about rediscovering presence right here. And right now, you cannot become more present because you are the presence itself, just like the wave cannot become more or less ocean than it already is. Presence is already here, and there is only presence. Everything unfolds within this presence. Memories of the past and thoughts about the future all arise within the present moment. Everything unfolds in the now. Every sound you hear is a sound of the present. There has never been a sound that wasn't happening. Now, you haven't heard a sound in the past, nor will you hear one in the future? Similarly, every scent you have perceived has been smelled in the now. Ultimately, everything you have seen has been seen in the present moment. Life continually invites us to explore this truth within our present experiences. It is a constant invitation to discover your true self. In this very moment, we suffer when we do not recognize wholeness within our present experiences. When we fail to realize that each wave currently emerging is an integral part of the ocean, fully embraced by the ocean, we begin to strive to escape this moment in an attempt to reach the next. We perceive ourselves as imperfect or somehow flawed. And as a result, we try to move away from the present moment. Nevertheless, this effort to move away from the present is fundamentally impossible. We often try because it is deeply ingrained in our programming. We attempt to shift from the present to the next moment. Be it tomorrow, next year, or within a decade, we start using time as a means to achieve this, which is the root of our suffering. Time itself becomes the trap. We strive to escape what is happening right now, to evade certain aspects of our present experience, our thoughts, sensations, and emotions, in the hope of reaching a future where things will be better. This effort is the essence of suffering. Our purpose here is to love, explore experience, and remind ourselves to remember our eternal and divine essence. Also to know that we are the creators of our reality, and have the power to bring our dreams into reality, not as something in the future that we will one day achieve and bring happiness, but to live them in the present moment in our minds, and bring that joy into the present moment, as the saying goes, instead of having to be to have.